Hey everyone, Nubkeks here. Welcome back to Heroes of our Heroes of our Storm. It's our storm, guys. We're doing our learning series here, where we go into unranked draft and bust out some heroes that I haven't really been playing in Hero League, that might be a little bit off meta, and just take them for a spin, see how they go, what we make of them. In today's video, we are going to be playing Varian. You can see I'm already hovering him already. And I will be going for, ultimately, the Colossus Smash build for Varian, which I believe, kind of contrary to the statistics, but which I believe is actually the best build at the moment. I'm going to be explaining why as we go through this video. Anyway, we're picking him on Sky Temple. Right, so actually, good point here, right, to kind of cover that whole, the builds and the maps and so on right at the start, is that he is such a new hero. I think there is still a lot of learning going on in terms of how he's used. We can also probably expect there's some fairly obvious, I think, balance tweaks that ought to be made to him, and I think we can expect probably some other tweaks as well then in the future, or maybe some smaller tweaks. I'm not exactly sure what they will be, but yeah, it's somewhat hard to judge from the statistics how well he ought to do, how powerful he actually is, what maps he's going to be good on. Now, what I can tell you is that looking from just the overall stats for Varian, and then looking at his win rate over the past week, by the way, this past week, for Master League as well, so the top MMR bracket, which we are playing in, overall, his best maps do seem to be Warhead Junction, Sky Temple, Towers of Doom, and then Brax's Holdout a bit behind that. Those seem to be the best four maps for him. In particular, I would say Towers of Doom, Warhead Junction, and Sky Temple a bit ahead of the rest. With Brax's Holdout, he does fairly okay on, and then he does pretty badly on all the other ones. For example, at Master level in particular, where we're playing at the moment, his win rate is very, very low. It's very, very low for Masters level. It's actually lower. Normally, Master level win rates are higher than the general population, because there's no MMR tier above Masters for them to lose against, whereas Masters can win against Diamond more often in theory. There's normally Master win rates are much higher, however they're actually lower than the average, than all the population put together. So that's a bad sign and a really interesting sign. I'm not quite sure why that is, but who knows. I guess they're maybe better at playing against him. I'm not really sure. Anyway, yeah, so there you go. Those are probably the three maps you want to pick him up. I think in theory it should work out pretty well too. Like, looking at those maps, they all tend to be maps where you can have some smaller skirmishes, which is where I think Varian does thrive. In particular, the Colossus Smash build, which I'm going to show you in this game. I think that does thrive on maps like Sky Temple, Towers of Doom, Warhead Junction, where you can have those smaller fights. You can just catch someone in like a 3v3, blow them up with your burst damage, and then that can transition into a lot of advantage on those maps. You know, blowing someone up can transition into capturing one of the altars in Towers of Doom, can transition on this map into capturing a temple on Sky Temple and holding it for a long time. It can transition into stealing a nuke or securing a nuke, and even getting to fire that nuke off on Warhead Junction. And then Brax's Holdout, you can see a similar thing, maybe catching someone out in a rotation or something like that, and then enabling you to hold a point. I think he will be weaker on maps like Infernal Shrines, where you're not like catching people out in smaller things. Tomb of the Spider Queen as well. Maybe maps like those where you're more so roaming as a bigger team and you're not fighting smaller skirmishes. I expect him to be a little bit weaker. So there you go. Checking out the draft as we go here. We're coming up to the end of it. We've actually gone for a rather unusual draft ourselves. I think both teams actually have a relatively bad draft in this particular game. The team on the right hand side, I think the Falstad pick was a large mistake. They are running solo warrior Dahaka into an Illidan, which I think is a bit of a disaster for them. But they do have the Lili to counter it. They have Gul'dan for their sustained range damage. They've got Alarak as sort of a melee assassin. I feel their draft is rather awkward. I feel that Alarak and Dahaka kind of fit into the same slot within a team composition, which is your melee assassin slash sort of second warrior slash second support bruisery role. I think they would have been much better off with the first pick, Dahaka. Excuse me. Moving into, you know, the Gul'dan pick is grand. I think it's good. Dahaka, I think they would have been looking into like Lili and then another support and then a Muradin or something like that. Something along those lines. Or, yeah, I don't know. It's somewhat awkward for them. Or maybe sacrificing the the double support and trying to do Lily solo support. I don't know, it's interesting. Anyway, they're a 4-man stack. Our team is a 3-man stack. As you can see in our team, we don't have a proper range damage dealer. We have Illidan and Varian as the damage. Then we got double support and Johanna. So our team is quite all in on the Illidan, to be honest. Varian is not... It's not a big damage dealer, particularly with the Colossus Smash build, which I was intending to go with in this game. Kind of picking him early with the Oriole in the first rotation. Doesn't give much away about your team composition. And you can switch up your build with Varian. That's one of the things I like. You can actually go the same talents at levels 1, 4, and 7 for both Colossus Smash and Twin Blades of Fury, and they work great in the current iteration of Varian, at least. So until level 10 hits, you can take your talents and be completely opaque in terms of what way you're going to go once you hit level 10. So it gives you a lot of flexibility both in the draft and within the game itself to switch up your build. And yeah, one of the nice things about Sky Temple is that both of them could work out pretty well. The interesting thing with Twin Blades of Fury, which is the dual wheel build, is that it does have a much higher win rate at the moment. It's much simpler to play, I suppose. I don't know. I don't really understand. It's one of the things that kind of baffles me a little bit, why it's so much higher ranked, even at Masters level, where I think that Colossus Smash really is much better. The blow-up potential with Colossus Smash is huge. I think that's the really only strength that Varian brings. I think Twin Blades of Fury is just categorically worse than Samuro or Illidan, who do a very similar thing. Not the best fight here to start the game off. Our teammates are on the run. I'm just going to leave and go soak up here. There's nothing much we could do if we stay and just go and soak the experience and hopefully start generating a bit of an XP lead so that we can get back into this game after losing a couple of heroes right at the start. The thing about Varian, one of the very important things about Varian is that he is one of the worst early game heroes in the game. He's really bad. He's really, really bad. Arguably the weakest, if not, certainly one of the weakest, if not the weakest hero up to level 10. He's really underwhelming. He does nothing well, honestly, until then. With his level 4 talents, it becomes a bit of a stun bot, which is okay, but just generally he does very little of value. So beware of that and watch out for that in your games. That's the downside of picking Varian, is that you're going to have that terrible early game. I think it's kind of interesting then on Sky Temple. I guess my theory with Sky Temple is that, you know, it's sure we're going to sacrifice. Hopefully we can trade the first temples. So you come out even. We'll probably lose. That's the thing. If you're picking Varian, I expect you'll probably lose the bottom temple or most of it. But hopefully you can just hang on enough, and then with his level 10 power spike, start making a comeback into the game, get a few pickoffs, and be good to go from there. So I'm going to start soloing this top temple. We actually got the middle temple for a while as well. Our teammates are fighting over that, though Tastar is soloing the bottom lane. The whole enemy team looks like they're in middle, and they are killing our team without Tastar or myself there. That's obviously going badly for them. You can see I'm using my W to try block some of the basic attacks from these dudes. Trying to use my E as well to stun the big dude. Just stop him from hurting me too badly. I'm just trying to make it through this as best we can. Running out of health now. I'm not sure how many shots on the thing you can leave with remaining, but we leave with like 2-3 shots remaining. We do get out there okay. And Hearthstone away. But yeah, obviously it takes the temple a little while to lose your side. It takes a little while to lose the charge on the temple, so you can leave without all the shots being secured, and it will kind of fire off a couple as you walk away. So that can be a little tip there that you can employ. And actually that's pretty favourable for us that I was able to solo a temple, because there's not much else that I can do that's very good at this stage of the game. Gonna come in here, do some damage to Falsa. You can see even at this point our burst damage isn't too shabby. I think Alrak was looking to combo us there, didn't quite pull it off. Gonna charge in on this Lily, start doing some damage to her, popping my shields as well to try survive through that. Oriole getting a nice heal. We actually grabbed the end of the temple, we're trying to charge that up. Illidan going fairly deep here, actually kind of body blocking the enemy team a little bit, trying to focus down the skull down here. Gotta pop my shield, my parry ability. Sorry, I keep calling it shield wall. Well, that's obviously not what it's called. Keep popping, pop my parry here to survive, and then push in. I think that's very important, actually. Speaking of shield wall, let's talk about our talents. So at level 1, the talent I recommend is High King's Quest. It gives you 3 quests. When you complete these, they grant you attack damage. You'll probably see me hovering over it a number of times during this game to kind of spot what they are. But 5 takedowns is one of them. That's pretty easy to complete. You should get that one quite early in the game, probably. Even at high level play where there are obviously less deaths, you'll still complete it pretty quickly. Then you can have hit 50 heroes with basic attacks. That one should complete fairly quickly as well. The longest one to complete is collect 20 regen globes, which you won't collect until a fair bit later in the game. And when you've completed all 3 quests, each one gives you 10 bonus attack damage. When you finish them all, you get 30 bonus attack damage on top of that. So it's just a nice little increase to your sort of sustained DPS. Oriel was still here, so I'm kind of figuring we can go a little bit aggressive and do a little bit of harm. We're kind of quickly realizing it's not actually going to work out for us too well. But that damage on Falstad will somewhat stick. He'll have to use Fly or a Fountain or something to recover from that. And there you go, not too bad. I was kind of hoping Oriel would actually rotate away and that I could just stay here and soak XP and just not die and just get XP for our team and kind of free our team up to maybe take that siege camp down the bottom, push that in, try to take out the Fountain before the second temple phase. That's a really good thing to do. Illidan is taking the bruisers, that's also a good thing to do. Myself and Alarak, we're just being friends. We're just saying hello to each other. He's actually running a bit scared for me, which is hilarious. He should kick my ass. He's obviously scared that maybe someone could come. He doesn't have much vision on the map, which kind of indicates to us that they're probably taking their bruiser camp. If he's running that scared, when we can't see many other people on the map. So that's what's going on there. And in fact, it was what was going on. So that's good. But yeah, Alarak will kick your ass. Pretty much every hero will kick your ass early in the game. And there you go, level 7, we did pick up, oh sorry, level 4, this is really important. You can get Shield Wall or Warbringer. So Shield Wall makes your parry ability block all damage, it keeps you protected. Warbringer reduces your charge from a 16-second slow gap closer to a 6-second slow gap closer and 1-second stun. Warbringer is completely overpowered. It's so much better than Shield Wall. It's not even funny. You want to pick Warbringer every single time. If you pick Shield Wall, you're putting yourself at a massive disadvantage. So yeah, Warbringer all the time. It's just unbelievably good in every single way. It's amazing. There's quite the fight we got going on here. So you're beating on this Lily, try and take her out. Get her with the stun. There we go. She gets picked off. We're going to hit him a few times. We're being chased down. Going to charge back in, which is a bad idea. And we pay with our lives. I was kind of expecting to die anyway, so I was like, I'll go out with a bit of flair. It didn't really work out for us, but oh well. Our Johanna player is slagging us for dying. He died too, god dang it. Didn't he? Yeah, he did. Oh. So it's his fault that we died, undoubtedly. Ooh, Oriel almost going down, but Tatstar with the shield does save her, plus her own heal coming in right at the end. Game's having a bit of trouble. I was considering going top, but considering we're going to hit level 10 right now, and the enemy team actually hasn't taken any of this temple, and the fact that that bruiser camp has kind of exhausted itself, I'm actually thinking this is actually a good thing to go in here. Let's just go for it. I do decide to go for Colossus Smash in the end. I think it's just better. Even though our team doesn't synergize with it super well, I think it's just really useful to get Colossus Smash. The amount of burst damage you can do is insane. Hopefully we'll get to see that in this particular game and see how things go. Obviously watching the minimap, Illidan has almost arrived. It's being cautious here, taking our time and looking for the flank. We'll come back to the talents after this, but looking for a good flank here on the enemy team. We actually catch Falstad out. There we go, stun it. Look at that damage that's coming out. That was mostly from us, plus a bit extra from Johanna. It is disgusting. Actually stunned the Alarak. Should have stunned the Lily. That was a mistake. Focusing down the Lily now. Actually kind of difficult to target people during all of this. Coming in here. Ooh. Trying to take down Gul'dan. Trying to focus him down. We're taking some hits though. Take any heals for us? No heals for us. We actually die walking in to the Gul'dan corruption stacks, and we die. Going a little bit ham, perhaps, diving the Gul'dan. Maybe we could have dived him and taken him out as well. But oh well, I'm holding apparently Johanna fully responsible for this death as well. We're having a bit of fun in this game, going a little bit ham. That's the thing about Colossus Smash Varian, actually. I find he's just a lot of fun. The blow up is stupid, and it's amazing. But yeah, you jump in, you start off with Colossus Smash. Then after the Colossus Smash, you hit them with your E, your charge, you hit them with your Q, you hit them with your basic attack, which triggers your heroic strike, which is your trait, does a bunch of bonus damage. You see we're trying to go on the Falstad here. Fortunately, didn't use Blessed Shield, so Falstad gusts us away. We probably would have lived either way with the gust. But it's a decent attempt. We have the gust on cooldown. Short cooldown, but it's still gone for the time being, so that's worth noting for us. Falstad trying to take the vision away. He's not going to succeed. There's a bit of a fight going down in mid lane, so we should probably look into swinging around for that. Alarak going hard on Johanna. Hello, Alarak. Let's check out this burst combo. There we go. In with Colossus Smash. In with the stun. Basic attack. The Q as well. Able to pretty much solo out Alarak. Johanna goes down from something. Didn't quite catch it on the camera what that was, so I don't know. I think apparently he's surprised as well, so bit of a mystery. Maybe one of you guys can rewind the video there, check it out, and let us know what it is. I'm not sure what happened. Anyway, level 13, I did pick up Banner of Dalaran. We can throw this banner down. All your level 13 talents are a banner. They all do different things. Banner of Stormwind gives you movement speed to all of your allied heroes. Banner of Ironforge gives resistance to all of your allied heroes. That's the most popular one. And then Banner of Dalaran gives ability power to all of your allied heroes. Again, I'm going for the Dalaran one here because we just seem to be doing a lot of burst and coming very close to just one-shotting some heroes. So I figure we throw down that Banner of Dalaran. We just, boom, try to blow up like Falstad or Alarak or Lili, even Gul'dan. We get any single one of those squishy heroes, and we can just try to just take them out in one fell swoop. I actually forget to use it here, but there you go. You can see how much damage it does to Falstad. That's just our simple burst combo, and there's nothing Falstad can do to avoid that, really, because he's stunned for all of it. It's very quick. If there's a second hero there, you almost always get a kill. It's kind of insane, and that's kind of just what Varian does. And it's like the only thing he does is he just does this big burst of damage. It's kind of stupid, and he doesn't really bring that much else into the game, into the team fights. Level 7, I did pick up Second Wind, so our basic attacks will heal us, I think, for 1% of our max health, and then they'll also heal us for damage done when we're below 50% health as well, which helps us sort of yeah, it just helps with a bit of self-sustain. Works better with the Twin Blades build, but it's not bad in general. You can see actually remembering to use the banner this time and give it a bit of a test out. And we're much better at soloing the temples obviously later in the game, as you can see, with our talents we picked up. Much stronger at doing that. Who knows? Oriel died. We're playing a big blame game here today. We're playing a big blame game. Oh, hello, friends. Alarak comes in. He's trying to take us out. We're going to pop our stuff and just smack Alarak in the face. We do die, but we killed Alarak to die, so it actually works out fairly okay for us. I mean, given that was a 1v3, we should really be losing that and just dying and getting nothing in return. So getting the Alarak kill, not going to complain too much about that. Not going to complain too much at all. Level 16 is coming up here, and we got some interesting choices to make. I actually like all of the level 16 talents. You have Shattering Throw, which makes you do more damage to shields, which is obviously very good against Tassadar, or against Chen. I think Alarak could be, I think Varian could actually be very good against Chen. That's like the one sort of hero matchup at the moment that really stands out to me that he would be good at. The stun on the short cooldown from level 4 onwards, Colossus Smash, you can burst down Chen. You can stop him from drinking, you can stop him from popping Storm, Earth, and Fire, and you can do bonus damage to his shields and stuff like that. I think it should be pretty good. So Shattering Throw, that's one option. Do bonus damage to shields. You're going to take that most infrequently. For other options, you've got Juggernaut. Juggernaut is the fairly standard one to go with the Colossus Smash build. It makes your charge, your E ability, do 6% of the enemy's max health as bonus damage. Obviously, you're doing that every 6 seconds, so you get to do it a lot, and that's really great. So I do sort of generally recommend that one as be your sort of go-to. Just add to your burst combo. Pretty nice. I think it scales off your Banner of Dalaran and the vulnerability of Colossus Smash. I'm not sure on that, but I would guess that it probably does. So yeah, it's just a nice way to increase your damage in your burst combo. In this game, I went for Mortal Strike. So our Heroic Strike will apply here 40% healing debuff to an enemy hero for 4 seconds. I thought this would actually be pretty good against Lili in this game, and considering they've got Alarak, Dahaka, and Gul'dan, all heroes with a lot of self-healing. Actually, they've got a lot of self-healing on their team. I figured, you know what, this one should actually work out pretty well. It's going to let us target pretty much anyone. We don't need to worry again forgetting to pop down the banner. After the burst combo was spent, I'm like, oh yeah, banner, better put that down. There we go. Okay, great. But yeah, I think this is a really nice talent against this team. Bear in mind, Lili cannot target her healing, so I mean, if we start bursting down one hero, Mortal Strike will basically allow us to burst anyone. We don't need to worry too much about only bursting Lili. Which without Mortal Strike, I think we'd really want to be bursting Lili and Lili alone, because she can just pop her jugs and start healing up the person that we did try to burst down. Now, she might not heal it quick enough, but still. With Mortal Strike, it opens up pretty much everyone on the enemy team as a good target to burst, because they've got that healing debuff on them. There's very little the enemy team can do, or that they themselves can do with their self-healing to keep themselves alive. So, yeah, I thought it would work pretty well in this game. And it does work well with Colossus Smash. Works better, again, with the Twin Blades, but it works just fine with Colossus Smash. No problem there. And, yeah, I think at level 20 we do pick up Glory to the Alliance, which is going to make our banner. We will hit level 20. It will make our banner increase the healing our allies receive in its radius by 50%, so it's going to make us way more sustainable. I thought that'd be pretty nice considering we've got double support, and considering we have an Illidan and me. Just help us sort of sustain through a lot of this much more often, and it also lets us, excuse me, whatchamacallit, lets us use our banner every, reduces the cooldown by 20 seconds, so we can use it more often. Just focusing some fire here on the Alarak. Nice Crystal Aegis actually coming out, helping keep me alive. We're going to swing down here. We're actually taking a few hits. We're going to try help secure the kill on this Dahaka. We actually stun him as he's attempting to burrow away, and he does get picked off. I suppose I should say brush stalk away. That's probably more clear. Gonna tap a fountain and then come in. So we are a level up at this point. And with one enemy hero down, we will be able to start working on the boss. One thing to know about Colossus Smash is that you can use it on, obviously, neutral objectives. It works just fine. We're just going to go in and go ham. We're just going to intentionally get smacked by this boss, just for the lols. You can see how much we actually heal, which is funny. So Jahada is having a laugh at us once again. I don't know, Varian is just fun to play. Colossus Smash is just fun. Like the big shout he does, and then the burst damage. I don't know, it puts me in a good mood for whatever reason. Hey, there's Gul'dan. Let's get him with this charge. Let's get him with the stun. Start beating him down. Johanna's here helping us out as well. And then we're going to finish him off with some basic attacks. Haven't finished the High King quest, but we're still doing plenty. Just scared to hack it away. Don't you dare come here. And we're starting to push in on the enemy's base. Illidan is going deep. Unfortunately, the healers are not following him. So he does get picked off, which is not good at all. Bad positioning from the Oriole right there. We're going to try burst the hack it down a little bit. There's pretty much no one else there. At this stage, we're just dead. So we're just going to dive for the lols. With Illidan dying there, kind of put us in a really tough spot because, yeah, just basically the way it's split. The fact that Illidan went in. Well, we all went in kind of after the Illidan, except for Oriole, who had full energy and was the most important one to actually follow him. She stayed. She's being shot by the keep, which is why she's running away. But instead of just running into the enemy's base and helping out Illidan, she ran back towards the keep, which meant she actually got shot more. And then we all died, and it didn't go too well. Which, yeah, pretty much went to shit from that point. So just kind of going YOLO, going ham, and trying to just push in and have some fun. Why the hell not? Anyway, yeah. To talk about your level 10 options a bit more. I'm so baffled that Colossus Smash has the lowest win rate. I really am. I don't know what to make of it, because I do think it is the best one. I think that blow up that you can do is so strong. It's just so useful. It's similar to Tyrande, right? People really underestimate the power of vulnerability. Because again, it doesn't show up in your own stats, right? Varian's stats are always going to look kind of shitty because he doesn't bring actually that much in terms of the stats. Vulnerability is so great because it amplifies all of your teammates' damage, and it helps you get kills because it just focuses the damage in on that one target. So it doesn't look great in your own stats. And if you're just trying to solo someone, I mean, that's the thing with Colossus Smash build. You actually can solo people out pretty effectively. But generally speaking, your ability to solo people out is a bit lower, but it's all about amplifying your teammates' damage and being a team player. You can see we're trying to get a bit of a flank over here. Just get in a nice position to maybe Colossus Smash and catch someone out where they're not comfortable. Go throw down the banner now as Dahaka comes out of his burrow. So our Colossus Smash did not get much value there. Dahaka actually dodged it with his burrow. So well played by him. We're going to mount up and then re-engage here. Got to focus down the Lily, get her with the stun. Unfortunately, she does pop her stuff straight after that. We're going to focus them down a bit more. Wait until Alarak has popped his thing. We hit him with Colossus Smash and the charge, and he evaporates. Illidan is chasing down the Lily. We try to catch Gul'dan with our Q, but no such luck. He walks away. 3 enemy heroes dead. 50 seconds at least on the timers. Illidan's just going to metamorphosis in. He doesn't even care. We're going for core, and this is going to be game at this stage. There's very little the enemy team can do to defend. Gul'dan, he's an inch away from his base, but we jump in with Colossus Smash. We jump in with the charge. Banner of Dalaran is down. We get him with the Q as well, I believe, and he just melts away. Same thing with Dahaka, the final member of the enemy team. GG. That's gonna be game, guys. Nothing they can do, but you can see just the burst. The burst is crazy. It is so crazy. So crazy. And it was a very fun game there in the end. So there you go, guys. That is Varian. I do think this is the best way to play Varian. I think, like I said, the maps do seem to be Warhead Junction, Sky Temple, Towers of Doom. I think High King's Quest, Warbringer, Second Wind are like the the default talents. Then at level 10, you can... I really do think Colossus Smash is going to be better. I mean, it worked amazingly in this game, even though we had a pretty awful composition for capitalizing on Colossus Smash. Like, we didn't have much burst damage to follow up with, but it still worked great. So, I don't know. Twin Blades of Fury obviously has a higher win rate overall. I think it's okay. I just don't see it being, like, at very high level play, at least where the sort of perspective I'm coming from, I just don't see it being that good. It just seems like a kind of gimped Illidan. Sorry, it seems like a kind of gimped Samuro and a very gimped Illidan. I don't really see how it can be that good, and the win rate certainly reflects that. I mean, at the moment at Masters level, it has like a 51% win rate. I think Samuro and Varian, Samuro and Illidan. In fact, let me just double check for you guys so I can confirm that, just to put it in perspectives. By the way, Colossus Smash is like a 45.8% win rate at Master level. It's awful. Whereas I think it's quite good. If you want to check out, by the way, while I'm looking this stuff up here, if you want to check out another game with Varian in it at high level in Hero League, do check out my last Lunara Hero League video. It's called, I think it's called Nubkeks versus Quacknix. Obviously, Quacknix, probably the star player. I think most people consider him, from Team Fnatic in Europe, who did come second place in BlizzCon. He was on the enemy team in that game. Our team had a Varian, and you can see very much in that Quacknix actually, I think, solo kills the Varian a couple of times in the early game. He absolutely wrecks him. Yeah, but then later into the game, our Varian goes for Colossus Smash and starts being very effective, which was kind of one of the inspirations for me actually doing this particular video. Yeah, so I mean, Varian, looking at these win rates at Master level in the last week, Colossus Smash in at 45.8%. This is Hero League, by the way, as well, at Master level. Twin Blades of Fury, which includes Grandmaster too, because it's hot slots. It doesn't have Grandmaster separate. Twin Blades of Fury has a 51% win rate. But then the similar heroes, Samuro has got a 53% win rate, and Illidan has a 53.5% win rate. So I just think Illidan and Samuro do a very similar role, but better. I'm not sure exactly why you would go for Twin Blades Variant, but the advantage obviously is that you can, pick them in the draft, or until you hit that level 10 point in the game, you're pretty open in terms of what you want to go. If your team needs a bit more sustained damage, it is a nice setup where Twin Blades of Fury is going to get a lot of value, then yeah, go for Twin Blades of Fury. And that's going to work really well on Sky Temple. It's going to work really well on, I suppose, on Warhead Junction as well, because, it is such a big map, you can get a lot of value clearing out Merc camps. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Towers of Doom, I suppose it could work fairly decently too, gives you a lot of pushing power if you ever get the opportunity to push. Great for taking the siege, the Pumpkin Sappers there as well. So yeah, and Brax's Holdout too. Also, the Merc camps taking them can be very powerful, and pushing stuff in can be very strong. So I think that's probably where it comes from a bit. Both Colossus Smash and Twin Blades of Fury seem to have a nice enough place in terms of picking them on those maps, and you can pick your level 1 to 7 talents. The thing is, if you go for taunt, you have to pick different talents, which is why I think it's really awkward, because you completely telegraph what you're going for, whereas Hiking's Quest Warbringer Second Wind just work with both Colossus Smash and Twin Blades perfectly, so you're set up. If you do go Twin Blades of Fury, obviously Banner of Dalaran, not as good. I think it's still decent, but it's not as good. And then Mortal Strike at 16 gets even more value with Twin Blades of Fury. I think the standard Colossus Smash build would probably be Banner of Dalaran, Juggernaut, and then maybe Master of Arms. But again, like I said in this video, you can mix up the level 13, 16, and 20 talents depending on the needs of the game. Banner of Dalaran still worked pretty well in this game. I think then Mortal Strike was a good call in this one. Switching out that Juggernaut, I'd switch it up for Shattering Throw as well. Then level 20, I'd probably steer away from Demoralizing Shout, by the way, guys. I think it's definitely the weakest one. Apparently the range is really small, so it's not good. So you're looking for either upgrading your Heroic or grabbing Glory to the Alliance. I think they're both very good. I think Glory to the Alliance will probably generally be the best one, but Master of Arms for Colossus Smash is pretty good, and Frenzy for Twin Blades of Fury is really good as well. I think the Taunt upgrade is kind of crappy, so you're never going to take that. You're going to take Glory to the Alliance with you when you have Taunt. But yeah, there you go. Hopefully a bit of an insight into Varian, how to play him, and the power of that Colossus Smash build. Again, it is played quite a lot, but the win rate is just really bad. Let me just double check, like, for just the general populace, what the win rates are. Okay, I mean, even for like just searching for all Variant games in Hero League that are on Hot Slogs, Twin Blades of Fury has a 53% win rate. Colossus Smash has a 47% win rate. It's way lower, but I really do think it's good. So yeah, I mean, we'll see exactly how things go in the future. Like I said, I'm expecting at level 4 that Shield Wall will be buffed and Warbringer will be nerfed, or something will have to happen to balance that out a little bit better. Same thing, the level 1 and level 4 talents are really not balanced that well. I think the level 7 ones are okay, but Second Wind does kind of stand out as being the strongest. The level 10s also seem a little bit dodgy. Taunt in particular seems to be the weakest one. I mean, if they buff Colossus Smash, it's going to be disgustingly strong, so I don't know. They could probably remove the 10% max health thingy on that, which would bring the win right up without making it the burst ridiculously overpowered. I don't think they can increase the damage of it at all. It would be just insane. The banners are all pretty good. Level 16 is all pretty good. Level 20, I think they could tweak some of them, like Vigilance and Demoralizing Shout. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see exactly what they do for Varian, because his win rates are just pretty bad overall. Yeah, there you go, guys. You're probably seeing, again, if you're in those lower leagues, you're going to be seeing, I'm noticing in terms of popularity, Twin Blades of Fury is much more popular in the lower leagues. So hopefully giving you guys an insight into Colossus Smash, and you can maybe look into bringing that into your own games. All about choosing the right targets, choosing the right moments to engage, finding someone a bit out of position and bursting them down. Get that banner of Dalaran down first. I forgot a few times in this video. Oops. Do get that down first. You can even ping on the target to let your teammates know, I'm going to jump in on these guys. They will be vulnerable. Let's just explode them. You pick off one hero and then the team fight is often in the bag for you. So there you go. If Varian does get changed, we will come back and give him another spin, and I'll hopefully not mess up the banners that time around. Until then, thanks for watching, everyone. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. See you all next time. Bye bye.